right. Good morning, everyone. Good morning again. We are starting our class for the English Conversation Seminar 1. I'm going to start sharing my screen. You already saw a few of these slides. And we are continuing with Unit 3. We haven't finished Unit 3. It's this class and next week's class, and we are done. And then Unit 4, and we are done with the semester. We have to talk about elements of a good speech. It's an interesting class because it still is about speaking in public. It doesn't really matter if you are speaking to a big crowd, I mean to a lot of people, or if you are only speaking to a very few people. There are key elements that can help you do your speech better. When we're talking about a good speech, is discurso, is how we say it in Spanish, on discurso. Okay, so how do we do a good speech? That's the big question. And we're going to be checking a few articles written by different people. And I put a resume here. We're also gonna watch one video at the beginning to try to understand and to gather the elements of a good speech. But first, before we go, we just need to make sure that you are understanding that the topic is speaking to an audience. When you have what it is over here in below, getting the laser pointer, the source, the receiver, and again, the source, the receiver, you have to be conscious of your audience. So with that said, we are going to start participating. Yes, that's how we start the class today. We're going to go to that webpage. You can use your phone. If you cannot go out from Zoom because you are in your phone and you cannot use it, well, hopefully that's just very few people. I'm going to copy the link. I'm going to put the link on the chat. You have to go to that link and it's going to ask you a code. I'm asking you to write down 2 words. So here it is. Click on the link over there. You have a link on the chat that is about menti.com/QNF3RZRRAS. It's gonna take you to a web page that you are going to be answering. Let me show you. I'm gonna stop sharing this. So if I go there, it's going to be something like this. So please go over there where you're gonna go and see something like this. It's from Mentimeter. It's asking you about 2 words. It says, write down 2 words related to what a speech represents to you. So if it represents something like speaking, listening, audience, whatever it is, write 1 word here and write a different word over here and submit it. If you are not able to see this page yet, it's because it's asking you a code. I gave you the code. Can you see my screen? Were you able to see my screen over there? Yes?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm not sure if you have used this one before, the Mentimeter, but you just have to go there, click on the link, and if it asks you a code, it's written in the chat section over here, where it says 58706668. Once you start going there, I can be able to, let me see, I'm going to present this. Boy, speech. What does a speech represent to you? That's what it's asking you. Whatever comes to your mind, 2 words please. So I'm starting to show you what it's looking. So it's only being one person answering. You have to go there. Todos tienen que ir ahí. La instrucción es click on it and write down 2 words. But I only see one of you, 2 people, 2 words over there. It's supposed to show me the words. Aren't you understanding the instructions? ¿No entiende las instrucciones? It's telling me that only one person answered and it didn't answer nothing related to speech. Okay, good. Now I have another person that answered audience and conversation. Good. Because niño y alto no tiene relación con un discurso. Sorry, but that was a person that didn't understand the instructions. Good. Are you able to see the answers? I'm showing them to you through Zoom. Important, difficult, security, beautiful. Statement. Okay, that's good. I have 6 people that have answered. Audience. Good. All right. So it seems that audience is the answer that I have had the most because it's the one that comes bigger. Audience. 6 people. Is there anyone else? Nadie más? Good. There's someone that said speech again. So it represents speech also. Beautiful? Huh. Who is answering that? Okay. So speech means beautiful. Okay. Speech represents to you hermoso. Okay. That's a little confusing, but okay. So 8 people answer. Can somebody answer back to me if you are watching the screen where I'm showing the results, please? No one? Can you see the results? Can you see the screen when the results are showing?
Yes.
Okay, Connie, thank you. Only 8 people answered? There is 13 students. What about the rest? Ugh, finally, another person. People, audience, difficult. Huh, okay. So let us just continue. So this is the thing. Before we even start speaking about the topic, we are seeing here that it really represents something to you. You have already experienced what a speech is. I'm surprised that nobody is saying nervousness or being scared, and that's good. Not having something negative is really, really good, definitely, because that means that we are on it. We are trying to learn more about it. So from the words in here, you can see that, yes, truly it represents a message. It's about expressing. It can give trust, security, yes. It can be related to a statement, of course. People will be involved, which is also part of the audience. It might have a conversation. And yes, it could be beautiful. It might be difficult, but we can overcome the difficultness of it. It might involve smiling. Yes, that's important also. The word important was shown here too. A little confusing with ball, which is the dance. Ball is un baile y un niño. And the other one that was weird was alto. Okay, tall. Okay, that was interesting, but I guess it can be part of it too. So okay, so this is the words related to our topic that you already think, and you're right. You are totally right. We are talking about sharing, about security, about building trust, about being there in front of people. You are right. So thank you. Thank you. We're gonna stop our question here about the two words related. So with that, we're going to start going to the topic. When we are talking about a speech, we usually think about someone that really knows how to give a message. And when we're talking about a speech, we normally imagine a lot of people. And yes, you're right. It's truly related to a lot of people. But again, as I said before, it could be with with a small group of people too. We normally relate also speech with political speech. It's a very common thing. And what you're going to see from all of those speakers on a speech is that they know how to manage the key elements on giving a speech. So I want you to watch this video that I'm suggesting here. I took a screenshot as what you're looking at to figure out where you're going. So we're gonna go there. I'm not gonna click, I can click it from here, but I already have it open. So I'm just gonna go and share the screen where this is open. So we go to this one. Let me know if you are already seeing the YouTube screen, please. I need a confirmation. Thank you very much. It's gonna take about 10 minutes, but I want you to pay
Yes, I can.
Yes, good, good. It might not be the perfect connection. So if you have trouble seeing it, there are, I chose this one, this video, which is from Denzel Washington, a motivational speech. It was given in different graduations from universities. And it's very nice. But I chose this one because it has big captions. You have the subtitles, but with a big mode, so you can be reading them. And if you want to take notes, that's fine. If you don't want to take notes, well, maybe you are going to watch the video again later. So that's perfectly fine. I'm just going to click on play and we're going to watch it together. Okay, correct? Yes. Let's watch it. Let me see about the volume because I don't want to have any problems with the volume before. So let's see it.
I found that nothing in life is worthwhile unless you take risks. Nothing. Nelson Mandela said, "There is no passion to be found playing small and settling for a life that's less than the one you're capable of living." Now, I'm sure in your experiences in school and applying to college and picking your major and deciding what you want to do with life, I'm sure people have told you to make sure you have something to fall back on. Make sure you got something to fall back on, honey. But I never understood that concept, having something to fall back on. If I'm going to fall, I don't want to fall back on anything. I want to fall forward. I figure at least this way I'll see what I'm going to hit. Without consistency, you'll never finish. So do what you feel passionate about. Take chances. Don't be afraid to fail. There's an old IQ test, was 9 dots, and you had to draw 5 lines with a pencil within these 9 dots without lifting the pencil. The only way to do it was to go outside the box. Don't be afraid to think outside the box. Don't be afraid to fail big, to dream big. But remember, dreams without goals are just dreams. Reggie.
Ooh. So we have commercials. I'm gonna skip the commercials. I'm just gonna go ahead and skip the commercials because I don't want it to just look at the video. So I have to wait for the commercial to stop. It's almost there. A few minutes, a few seconds. There you go. So I'm gonna share again. I know you're waiting. I'm gonna share. I'm just keeping the commercials. That's it. Share, share, share. There it is. It goes there.
Most in the history of baseball, but you don't hear about the strikeouts. People remember the home runs. Fall forward. Thomas Edison conducted 1,000 failed experiments. Did you know that? I didn't know that. Because the 1,001st was the light bulb. Fall forward. Every failed experiment is one step closer to success. You've got to take risks, and I'm sure you've probably heard that before, but I want to talk to you about why that's so important. You will fail at some point in your life. Accept it. You will lose. You will embarrass yourself. You will suck at something. There's no doubt about it. And I know that's probably not a traditional message for a graduation ceremony, but hey, I'm telling you, embrace it because it's inevitable. In the acting business, you fail all the time. Early on in my career, I auditioned for a part in a Broadway musical. Perfect role for me, I thought, except for the fact that I can't sing. I didn't get the job. But here's the thing. I didn't quit. I didn't fall back. I walked out of there to prepare for the next audition, and the next audition, and the next audition. I prayed. I prayed. And I prayed. But I continued to fail, and fail, and fail. But it didn't matter because you know what? There's an old saying, you hang around the barbershop long enough, sooner or later you're gonna get a haircut. So you will catch a break, and I did catch a break. Last year, I did a play called Fences on Broadway. But here's the kicker. It was at the Court Theater. It was at the same theater that I failed that first audition 30 years prior. The point is, every graduate here today has the training and the talent to succeed. But do you have the guts to fail? If you don't fail, you're not even trying. I'll say it again. If you don't fail, you're not even trying. To get something you never had, you have to do something you never did. So imagine you're on your deathbed, and standing around your deathbed are the ghosts representing your unfulfilled potential. The ghost of the ideas you never...
Again with commercials, so I'm just gonna wait for it. I'm not gonna skip it.
You are not a brand.
Well, I'm skipping it here.
never acted on. The ghost of the talents you didn't use. And they're standing around your bed, angry, disappointed, and upset. They say, we came to you because you could have brought us to life, they say. And now we have to go to the grave together. So I ask you today, how many ghosts are going to be around your bed when your time comes? I just got back from South Africa. It's a beautiful country, but there are places there with terrible poverty that need help. And Africa is just the tip of the iceberg. The Middle East needs your help. Japan needs your help. Alabama needs your help. Tennessee needs your help. Louisiana needs your help. Philadelphia needs your help. The world needs a lot, and we need it from you. We really do. We need it from you young people. I mean, I'm not speaking for the rest of us up here, but I know I'm getting a little grayer. We need it from you, the young people, because remember this. You got to get out. You got to give it everything you got, whether it's your time, your talent, your prayers, or your treasures. What are you going to do with what you have? I'm not talking about how much you have. Some of you are business majors, some of you are theologians, nurses, sociologists. Some of you have money, some of you have patience, some of you have kindness, some of you have love, some of you have the gift of long suffering. Whatever it is, whatever your gift is, what are you going to do with what you have? All right, now here's my last point about failure. Sometimes it's the best way to figure out where you're going. Your life will never be a straight path. I began at Fordham University as a pre-med student. I took a course called cardiac morphogenesis. I couldn't read it, I couldn't say it, I sure couldn't pass it. So then I decided to go into pre-law, then journalism. And with no academic focus, my grades took off in their own direction. I was a 1.8 GPA, and the university very politely suggested that it might be better to take some time off. I was 20 years old, I was at my lowest point. And then one day, and I remember the exact day, March 27th, 1975, I was helping my mother in her beauty shop. My mother owned a beauty shop up in Mount Vernon. And there was this older woman who was considered one of the elders in the town. And I didn't know her personally, but
Another commercial coming. So we're just gonna wait for it and skip it. 2, 1, 0, skip. Let's go.
I was looking in the mirror, and every time I looked at the mirror, I could see her behind me, and she was staring at me. She just kept looking at me. Every time I looked at her, she kept giving me these strange looks. So she finally took the dryer off her head and she said something I'll never forget. She said, "Young boy, I have a prophecy, a spiritual prophecy." She said, "You are going to travel the world and speak to millions of people." And in the years that followed, just as that woman prophesied, I have traveled the world and I have spoken to millions of people through my movies. Millions who up till this day couldn't see me, who up till this day I couldn't see while I was talking to them, and they couldn't see me, they could only see the movie. They couldn't see the real me. But I see you today, and I'm encouraged by what I see. And I'm strengthened by what I see. Because taking risk is not just about going for a job. It's also about knowing what you know and what you don't know. It's about being open to people and to ideas. The chances you take, the people you meet, the people you love, the faith that you have, that's what's going to define you. Never be discouraged. Never hold back. Give everything you got. And when you fall throughout life, remember this: fall forward.
All right. Fall forward. That was Denzel Washington speech. And it's a very good one. So motivational. It gives you the strength from words. From words, you can have an idea of a sense of understanding what you're feeling. So it also relates to feelings. Very interesting speech, and it's a speech that he has given to different graduations in different universities. This particular picture, it's from the University of Pennsylvania, but there are several universities that he has been invited to give this kind of speech. We're moving forward. We're falling forward, as he suggested. I wanted you to take a look at one very successful speech, and then you are going to be seeing this start. I included a start in different slides, this kind of start. These are recommendations, but they are also going to be part of the homework for this following week. So you're going to watch and see this type of start through the slides. So make sure that you pay attention to that, because on your homework, again, I'm repeating this, is going to be related to all of those suggestions to go and watch them and to probably write something about it or experience something about it. Okay, so we continue and moving to what it means, to what a speech means. It relates to what you say, and of course the words you say, the words that you use. So everything that you are going to say, it matters. Everything matters. Everything is important. You need to remember that. You need to make sure of using the correct words, and of course to the correct audience. It is not the same if you are speaking to children or if you are speaking to people of different education background, or different economic level. Or also, it's not the same if you're giving a simple public speech or if it's something related to work. So that's why everything that you say is going to matter, and you need to be careful on what you are using. You need to check on your audience. That's what I'm mentioning here. And a recommendation is to use short sentences, because that's easy to understand, and simple words. I'm going to relate to these ones in the following slides. So let's take a look together. Pausing this one, and I'm moving to the next slide. So now we're going to check on 8 key elements of highly effective speech. Key elements recommended from Andrew Newberg and Mark Waldman. This is from an article that they published in 2012. I'm adding the webpage here. Down here, you can just click on it and go and read the whole article. I only took a few pieces of it to show it to you. They are in the psychology major. They are psychologists suggesting what the key elements are best for to be able to give the message to your audience. So again, here you're seeing a star next to the web page. So it means that is going to be included in the recommendations for your homework. Okay, good. So the 8 key elements that they are suggesting is a gentle eye contact, kind facial expression, warm tone of voice. Number 4, expressive hand and body gestures. Number 5, relaxed disposition. Number 6, slow speech rate. Number 7, brevity. And number 8, the words themselves. And it's not a coincidence that you are looking at this guy over here. So I'm pretty sure that everybody knows who this man that you are watching in the picture is. So just let me know if you know. Please, anyone, just let me know the name of this person.
Ice Cube. Just kidding. Just kidding. Barack Obama.
Barack Obama. Yes. The latest, the latest ex-president from United States. I'm not gonna touch politics, but just casualty that these days it's the world is speaking about the United States politics, because they hold an election this week. So, and we are still waiting for the results. But moving forward, yes, Barack Obama is known to be a very good at speech. He every time that he speaks to an audience, he engages the audience. He takes the audience with him. And so I believe that we can learn from him and from people like him. And people like him uses these key elements. So let's study them kind of quickly. And so number one says gentle eye contact. Gentle. What does it mean? You need to keep eye contact with the audience, yes, but you also need to have the expression with the eyes, because what we already know is that the eyes can build trust. Take a look at what is written here. It says effective communication is based on trust. And if we don't trust the speaker, we're not going to listen to their words. Trust begins with eye contact. If you want to keep trust from the audience, you need to watch your audience. But you need to do it in a gentle way. So in the way that you are keeping honesty. So the eyes, we already know that the expression with the eyes, it can show that if you are mad, if you're angry, or if you're happy, if you want to connect with the people. So that's the thing, you want to build trust. One of you mentioned that in the first question through Mentimeter about trust. Yes, it's about building trust, the first thing. But that we have to start with the eye contact. We're moving forward to number two. So number two is about facial expression. And facial expressions about being kind. Take a look at the picture that I'm showing you here. It's happy high, too much, happy low, neutral, angry, or angry high, very angry. So we need to emphasize a kind facial expression. So we might need to look between neutral and happy, because that is better to keep our trust. So here, happy gaze will increase emotional trust. But if the audience sees the slightest bit of anger or fear on the speaker's face, their trust can rapidly be decreased. So we want to keep the trust of our audience. So that's why we need to exercise this. I'm recommending here a short video of Speak with Persuasion. I already have this open in the screen over here. So I'm going to share it. So we need to stop looking at this, pause it, we go to the next one. So about using your facial expressions. So I'm just gonna show you a little bit of this video, and you can understand that whatever the person that is speaking to you, whoever that person is showing emotions. And to understand that, let's watch when a person eats something sour.
Cheers.
I think, yeah, that was correct. My mistake.
You just saw me drink orange juice. That was a bit sour. Chances are that you could actually almost taste the sourness of the orange juice. Why is that? Because of the facial expression. From disgust, from sourness, from happiness, from anger, you will feel it as an audience. So that means that as a speaker, you can play with this. You want to pay attention to your facial expressions. When you're talking about something that is exciting, make sure your face is exciting. When you're talking about something sad, put up a sad face. And of course, when you're talking about something angry, be angry. Think about your facial expressions, because your audience will feel the way your face expresses itself. Do some exercises with this. Try to test out the different emotions that you have in a presentation and see how people respond. Very important. Your facial expressions.
Okay, so it's just a very short video. I left you the link in the presentation, and you can just go here and take a look at what base is telling us. You can give your email here, and you can download a guide of facial expressions, but I have already downloaded it, and I'm going to post it on the platform. It's just about exercises, a few exercises to check on your facial expressions, because you need to understand how you move. You need to understand yourselves when you are speaking in public. The first thing is understanding your own self before even trying to speak to somebody else. So going back to the PowerPoint presentation, I'm sharing it again, and I'm moving forward to number 3. Number 3, it's about, take a look at it. The star game again. I'm showing the start again. So it means that you are recommended to go again to this webpage and take a look at the video about facial expressions and read about it. Number 3, warm tone of voice. So it's about being careful the way you speak. You cannot just scream or scare people. Yes. Now, exactly. You're not supposed to speak in that way. You need to warm it out. You need to understand also the way you speak, the tone of your voice. The tone of your voice is equally important when it comes to understanding what a person is really trying to say. There are researches about this. For example, it is well known that doctors, when they are giving sad news, very bad news to a person that is sick, if their tone is warm, the message is understood well. But if the tone is the wrong one, the message can be misunderstood, and you can end up having a problem, a bigger problem than just having a patient over there. So yes, it's been proven. And also take a look at the last paragraph that I'm using here. In business, a warm, positive, warm, supportive voice is the sign of transformational leadership. You want to be a leader as an industrial engineer, you're going to be given speeches, so you want to warm your tone. So with that, you can easily train your voice to convey more trust to others. I'm also suggesting this video here. It's about finding your natural tone of voice. I'm just gonna skip it, but you're going to have to go and take a look at it. I'm adding the star here. Like I said before, I'm recommending, and these things you have to go through them. There is a star. Okay, just as a reminder that you're going to go and take a look at it. Number 4, expressive hand and body gestures. Move yourself. We tend to talk about this, about the body language. And again, all of your expressions, we just talk about facial expressions. We talk about the eye contact. But as important as that is, it's also your hands, your feet, the way that you move, but all of the time your hands. People tend to follow your hands. And if you just put your hands in this kind of position, it's like, you are telling your audience that you are not communicating very well. So you need to engage your audience. Gestures help orchestrate the language comprehension centers of your brain. There's a suggestion, as the picture is showing here. You need to practice this, and to practice, you should speak in front of a mirror, consciously knowing, using your hands to describe the words that you're speaking. So it's about looking at yourself and using your hands and all of your body to gestures and to transmit, to give a message. So you need to use also your hand, okay? So there's a suggestion, go and use a mirror, talk to yourself, practice. Number 5 of the 8 key elements that we're talking about is relaxed disposition. Being confident also means showing your body being relaxed. Your degree of relaxation is also reflected in your body language, facial expression, and tone of your voice. And any form of stress will convey a message of distrust. So how can you get relaxed if you are very, very nervous, if you're fearful? Well, to help your body, before you even start your speech, you can do some exercise to help your brain understand and remember what you were going to be saying. So physical exercise, even 5 minutes, do something to relax your body, and that's going to help you. A relaxed conversation allows for increased intimacy and empathy. You need to convey the message, to give the message to your audience, but in a relaxed disposition. You're going to show that you're confident, and you're also going to show them that you have the knowledge and that you are empathizing with the audience. So being relaxed is also part of your body language that is needed on a speech, on a very good speech, okay? So if you are stressed, that's not going to help. So you need to be relaxed. Do what you need to do beforehand, before you start your speech. There's also another recommendation, number 6, slow speech rate. Don't go too fast, slow down. When you speak, slowing down is good. Slow speech rates will increase the ability for the listener to comprehend what you're saying. And this is true for both young and older adults. I included a graph here on your right hand. You're taking a look at a graph. If you are taking long breaths, it's going to use a lot of your energy. But small breaths are going to go in as the same rhythm. So you want to keep breathing while you're speaking. And you want to do that to keep your speech slow, in a slow rate. La velocidad en la que están hablando. Very important. Too important. If you're speaking too fast, the second photograph that I use here below, you can see the facial expression of these two women, and that they're also speaking very fast with a high tone. All of that can tell us from the picture. And the person receiving the message is getting stressed. So you don't want to stress your audience. So that's why it's a recommendation to slow your speech, slow down. We move forward to number 7, brevity. Brevity, it means a short duration or and conciseness of expression in a speech or a written text. Contrast with verbosity, el contrario de what we called verbero. That's verbosity. Speaking too much around gets confusion to your audience. So you want to keep it with brevity. Brevity is generally considered a stylistic virtue as long as it's not achieved at the expense of clarity. So you need to be clear, but also with brevity. I included this example, the question that Garfield says, do snails do anything fast? The question was with brevity, very clear question. He waits for the answer, and the answer from the snail goes, no. It was a clear message. Okay, so it's normally recommended to not use verbosity. What we call in Spanish, es muy verbero. and then people doesn't believe. Trust is not there anymore. So just keep it simple. Okay. So there's another recommendation here where I took the definition of brevity, and you can read more about it. There's a star to read more about brevity. You can go and check. It's from the webpage .co from Richard Nordquist. And moving forward to the last one, but not least of least importance, the words themselves. Taking a look at these topic, there are 8 elements also. These are 8 key elements for a good speech, but there are also 8 elements on grammar speech. And talking about grammar, it's about using adverbs, adjectives, nouns, verbs, interjection, conjunction, prepositions, and pronouns to build a correct sentence. So I'm using an example here. You can see it in this slide. You can see how the adverbs, adjectives, noun, verbs, interjections, conjunction, preposition, and pronouns work. And there's also another example down here that has a full sentence and is explaining what a full sentence has. A very basic grammar. You learn this on English level number 1. Is just to remind you to use complete sentences and simple sentences like this one. Bob made a book collector happy the other day. So it's about giving the message, but the complete full message. You see, we're using subject, which is a noun, the verb, an object, a verb modifier. We're using articles there too, interjection. So everything is put into work on a sentence. There's also another recommendation here. This video takes about 20 minutes. It's to remind you, to refresh your mind, para refrescarles la mente, about grammar. And it's about this topic, the adverbs, the adjectives, the noun, the verbs, the interjection, the conjunction, the preposition, and the pronoun. It's from a YouTube channel called Woodward English. It was published in 2018, and it's from Parts of Speech in English. Like I said, it takes about 20 minutes. You are going to go and watch it. It's recommended here. It has a star. Okay, so yes, you are going to be watching it so you can remember how to speak properly, correctly, using the elements for a sentence, the grammar elements, the correct elements. So you're going to go there. And so with this, I'm finishing the class, which was about elements of a good speech. But like this here slide, this slide says there is more. There is more to it. Over this week, you're going to be investigating, researching more about the good speech. All of those stars that I put in the different recommendations, you're going to go in and check them back again. And you're going to do a homework about organizing the speech. You're going to do a report. You're going to do a written report. It's going to be about this, organizing the speech, and about what we just saw in this class. With that said, I'm going to stop sharing, and I'm going to accept questions. If there are any questions about the class, about today's class. If there are non-questions, I'm just gonna let you know that I'm going to publish the homework after we finish class, and you are going to have this video posted this afternoon, I guess, and you can go back and watch it again. You are going to have the PowerPoint presentation available in your platform through Canvas, so that you can go back and check all of those stars, suggestions, recommendations, and keep working on a good speech. The objective of this is to make you more conscious about what you need when you need to speak in public. Any questions? Any suggestions? Recommendations for the class? Or any thoughts
No.
about today's class? Did you like today's class? I don't know. Just let me know. Please.
Yes, I like.
Okay,
Yes, I
thank
like
you,
the class.
Connie. Thank you, Gilberto. I think I heard you too, Connie and Gilberto. All right, then. With this, we are dismissing the class, and we'll keep in touch. Check. I'll let you know through WhatsApp about the when the video is posted, and just make sure to check about the homework and keep on working on it. Okay. Have a good rest of the week. Stay safe. Remember to stay safe. These are difficult times through a pandemic that we are experiencing in this year. So try to be careful about anything that you're going to be doing and stay safe. I was very glad to see you. I'm saying goodbye right now. Have a good week.
Goodbye.
That's a good week.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Bye,
Bye.
everyone.